Hey resellers, thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics on YouTube, that is what sold, because I can show you the things that I pick up all day long. We can talk about and speculate what they might sell for, but until I am actually showing you sold comps, it does little good. But I feel like this is where the true knowledge comes in on reselling, and you guys can see what a buyer is actually willing to pay for an item, because as with when you run comps, you can't just compare your item to the items that are listed. You definitely need those sold comps, and you need to know what things sold for. So today I'm going to go through a lot of what sold comps with you guys. Let's see what I've been selling over on eBay. Okay, this first item that I picked up at a flea market kind of resale shop of all places, but I found this pen for $1 in a Ziploc bag, and it was enough to cause me to come look at it a little bit closer. This had some other nibs, which is just the tip of the pen there in the bag with it, but I just sold this pen. I did notice that it was 24 karat gold filled, I believe. I'll check the listing so that I'm not lying to you guys, but that is why I picked this pin up. I did not run comps inside the store. It is a very, very small store, so I feel really weird about running comps because, like, one lady in particular who works there follows you around the whole time. And so it would be really weird if I were sitting there running comps. So anyway, I saw this pen. I saw that it said that it was at least gold filled, and I bought it for $1. This Title Vintage Antique Wall Ring Top Gold Filled Fountain Pen sold for $61 plus $7.50 shipping. There are some of these guys that are a longer, this one was really small and had that ring top where you could connect it as a pendant or something on a necklace, but the longer ones can sell for over $100. So I turned $1 into $61 plus shipping. Very pleased with that. This next item that sold, it was an international sale, and the buyer left me positive feedback, but then in the positive feedback there was Spanish, and I translated it, and he said, would not recommend, did not get the color that I ordered. I'm really unsure exactly what happened there because this was not a multiple quantity listing. This is a vintage hat, which I, for some reason, just keep picking up even though I don't sell them very well. This is a gray hat. The listing indicates that it's gray. It says white GMC on the patch, so the title does say white GMC, but definitely this is a gray hat. So I'm not really sure where the confusion came in. It was positive feedback, so I'm just gonna leave it there. At least the bit of negative comment that he left in the positive feedback is in Spanish, and I feel like most of my buyers maybe aren't Spanish speaking. I hate to look at it that way, but what are you gonna do other than make lemonade out of lemons, right? This hat sold for $15 plus $4.80 shipping, and then the buyer also paid international shipping on top of that. The next item was a very bread and butter sale, and I just made next to nothing on it. It is a vintage Rainbow Bright doll. I picked this up at the same yard sale that my friend sold me all of those Cabbage Patch dolls for $4. And this Rainbow Bright only sold for $6 plus $9 shipping. She was very stained. There just wasn't really anything special about that doll. This next item was in a box of things that I bought at an auction. You guys know the few times that I have been to auction, which I just think is fantastic, but I come home with so much stuff I can't go there very often. But I need to just clear out my death pile and just go to an auction because it's so much fun. But when you have the opportunity to bid on an entire table of stuff or an entire box of stuff, you never know what treasures are in there. And this tiny little cup was in here. It was some silver, I think, that I was trying to buy. I labeled this Antique English Pewter Half Pint Tankard Mug, measure Sheffield ASW, and then there are some other numbers that were on this cup. So this is a tiny little half pint cup. Nothing really special about this, and all of those words really that were inside my title came from the bottom of the cup here. If you come across metal, you know, it doesn't have to be sterling silver or, you know, Oneida or anything like that to be of worth value. This again was pewter, so many of you might not be familiar with that, but this cup was about this tall, sold for $20 plus $5 shipping. That went inside of a box and went first class, so $5 more than covered the shipping. This next item was a little vintage Fisher-Price chatter phone, one of those little pull phones. This one really wasn't in that great a condition, so I priced it on the lower end, and it sold within a week or so. I think I offered free shipping was because of the overall condition. It sold for $14.89. But you'll see in one of these photos, you see he doesn't have the stickers that have the numbers behind him. This one is from 1966, and then you'll see in one of these photos, on the bottom of it, it even says like 50 cents there. So I bought this for 50 cents. My son was very young when I bought this, and he enjoyed it for a while, and then I actually ended up selling it. So this next item is an interesting story. If you follow me over on Instagram, then you know I started finding teaks, which is not a brand that I've ever found before. I have one right here in a pile that I need to put away. This is a silver flat. These are all leather insole, leather outsole. If you see these turquoise tealish bottoms and these teal stripes, these shoes can sell for well over $100, on average $100 a pair. And so I found, what did I find? 2 pair, I think, the first day that I found them. And then another day I found like 3 pair. And then another day I found like another 2 pair. I mean, I found like 5 or 6 pair of teaks inside of a couple weeks, and I had never found that brand before. So always be on the lookout. These, I was surprised at how many resellers over on my Instagram said they didn't know about this brand. And if you don't know about this brand, then this is a pretty inconspicuous, non-assuming little flat. But if you ever see that stripe, especially if you're at the bins or anything, and sometimes these can be folded over because that's how they come stored, I guess, rather from the manufacturer actually ships them like that. So look for teaks. This is the first pair of them that actually sold, and I have an interesting story about these. So these sold for $90 plus $8 shipping. These were a $3 pickup and really, really in great condition. I mean, you can see in comparison with the pair that I just showed you how little wear there is inside of these shoes. You know, just nice photos on a crisp white background, I feel like, are selling these teaks because buyers want to know that they're buying them from a reputable place. A lady in Las Vegas bought these, and she had them for a couple days and then messaged me that she cleaned them and now there's spots all over them. What in the world did I do to these shoes? Let me repeat that in case you did not hear that. I mailed her the shoes and she cleaned them and messaged me to say, after I cleaned these, there's spots all over them. What did you do? I said, what did you clean them with? Come to find out, she had sprayed Lysol inside the shoes, and there was like a run on the outside of these blue dyed leather, because cows aren't naturally blue. So it's a dyed leather that she sprayed with Lysol, and I encouraged her to find a way to fix her mistake, but please don't insinuate that I did anything to these shoes. She went so far as to message me again and tell me that this is the way she cleans all of her teaks, and one of her teak friends thought that maybe I had covered something with a marker. Now the streaks down the side of the blue shoes were a darker blue streak, and on those bright blue shoes, and I said, I'm not sure how you would cover a dark streak with a light marker. That simply would not work. Please stop insinuating that I did anything to these shoes. You know, have a good day. Basically dismissing that. I'm not refunding you over $100, you know, well, I guess all in she was at like $98 on these shoes, and then accepting back something that was garbage that I cannot sell to anyone else. I was thrilled to find teaks and did not want this to rain on my parade. So I just kind of shut it down, you guys. I don't accept returns in my stores unless I did something wrong. If I do something wrong, I am the first person to refund someone's money and make it right. But in that situation, I didn't do anything wrong. Comment below and let me know how you would have handled that. But I can tell you the way that I handled it, her final response to me was, of course, I'm so sorry, have a nice day. So I don't know, was she a scammer trying to get something for free? Because she did insinuate in 2 messages, how do I go about a refund or a return? And it was just not going to happen. Would you have allowed that type of a refund or a return? What would you have done in the situation, or would you have handled it the same way that I did? Maybe you wouldn't have, and maybe that would give you a little bit of encouragement in the future that yes, the customer is always right to an extent. Don't let someone walk all over you though and take money straight from your family, because we are small business owners, and $100, like, that's groceries for my family. So absolutely not. I cannot mail you shoes, you ruin them and want a refund, because what are you going to send me back at that point? Nothing that is marketable, nothing that I could sell. So enough about that negative story and that negative thing that happened. but I just had to tell you guys because that was definitely noteworthy. This next item was a vintage tooled leather belt. I love selling these. I love when I find them and they have a name across the back. I actually bought this one and wore it until I found one with my dad's name on the back and loved it, and so I traded out. This was the one I had and I traded it out for the one with my dad's name on it. But this one says Glenn. I don't know anyone named Glenn. So of course I put it up on eBay. This belt sold for $39 plus shipping. Really nothing special about it other than it being vintage tooled leather and personalized. Sometimes we can definitely shy away from personalized items, but I don't think that you should. If it's a monogram, if it's a very common monogram, even if it's not, there's someone that's probably looking for that item. Or in my case, I wore that belt and it said Glenn, and I told you I didn't even know anyone with the name Glenn. So you just never know why someone's gonna buy something, but I can tell you that they will buy it. $40 on that item, $47.99 to be exact. The next item that I sold was a pair of Doc Martens. I was very worried about these because I bought them quite excited, got them home and realized they're a size 5. I don't know a whole lot of people that are a size 5 in women's, let alone in men's. Men's size 5, you guys. So these sold for $30 plus $9 shipping, and these are just a really low cut pair of Doc Martens in phenomenal condition, and I ran comps and that was just what these were pulling, what these were worth, and they sold within a week, I want to say, for full price. So actually I might have taken a best offer on these, but they sold, like I say, within a week, $30 plus $9 shipping, and had it to do all over again. Might have looked at the tag on that, but hey, I was able to turn a profit on those, no problem. So, you know, maybe the size doesn't matter quite so much. All right, this next item was a keyboard. I'm always looking for mechanical keyboards, and I have messed up more than once buying old vintage keyboards that I thought maybe were mechanical keyboards, but were definitely not once I got them home and inspected them. I have wasted money doing that. This was not a mechanical keyboard. This was actually new in the package and sold within days of listing it for $24.99 plus $12 shipping. If you can get a buyer to pay $12 shipping for something, they want it. So this is a Dell keyboard. And this is an enhanced multimedia keyboard with USB drives. So it had additional USB drives on it. And then if you can tell, let me show you. This area up here is all kinds of media controls, which was really, really cool. And yeah, so that thing, I mean, $12 shipping plus $25 for the keyboard. That is really, really good. The next item that I sold was some vintage stationery. I saw it at my thrift store for 25 cents. I thought it was beautiful and wanted to save it. It sold for $16 plus the buyer paid $5.85 shipping. Their note to me was, "Thank you so much for accepting my offer." So I must have taken a best offer on that. This stationery is from 1979, and you can see here that there's a little bit of scribble writing on the front there. I counted all of the cards just to let them know how many printed pages there were, how many envelopes, how many blank sheets. These envelopes were beautiful. So yeah, if I can turn 25, 50 cents into $16, again, something I would do multiple times every single day. Not a huge profit at the end of the day, but a very lucrative way to pay the bills. The next two items, we're gonna go through 3 more items real quickly before the end of this particular video, just to let you guys know. I tell you what, let's go ahead and throw in 4 more items because the next one's a little less bread and butter. I found some Medela breast pump bottles, breast milk storage bottles for 50 cents a piece, and I found 7 of them, so I paid $3.50 at my Goodwill for these, and I ended up selling these for $15 with free shipping. We haggled back and forth on some negotiations on these bottles. At the end of the day, they were a little bit bulky. You can see that they're in sterile packages, so this was probably something that someone had given to them at the hospital after giving birth to their child, or some type of a promo item maybe that came with a breast pump. Anyway, $15 for these was a lot less than I actually wanted to accept. But there are probably a lot of reasons why I took this offer. One of them being I have been a new mom trying to afford the very expensive items that you need when you're breastfeeding your child. And at the end of the day, I just thought, I am making a little bit of profit on these. Let's just sell them to these people. So $15. Again, I paid $3.50 for them, and I gave them free shipping. So I didn't make a ton of money on that, but it's okay. The next item sold with free shipping also. Are you guys noticing some type of a trend? I have been plugging in a lot of free shipping. Now I've learned my lesson. Not everything should get free shipping. Even if you have plugged in $25 into the price, not everything needs free shipping because you might be mailing to Alaska. I have done that in the past month. Or you might be mailing to California numerous times, and it may be even more than $25 to ship your item. So if it's very bulky, don't offer free shipping. Do a calculated shipping and just lower the price if you need to. But on these items, I did obviously pad the price and offer free shipping. This is a Starbucks cup. This has a Valentine's Day pattern on it and no straw. So $12 is what this cup ended up netting. Again, no straw on these. Do you guys ever, when you sell the Starbucks cups, do you ever just put a clear plastic or acrylic straw in there? This one was very easy to find the pattern on. Right here you can see a year. So I think what I typed in here was like 2000, here it is, 2018 Starbucks Hearts Flowers. And then it actually popped up that it was the Valentine's Day floral flowers and hearts, whatever the pattern was called, to enable buyers to actually find my listing. The next item that sold were Pokemon cards. Everyone is crazy about finding Pokemon cards. And let me just tell you that they're not all created quite equal. The Pokemon sales on my store and on my site are my son's. He's the Pokemon seller. He really enjoys Pokemon. And he lotted together 12 cards. These are Pokemon Kalos? I told you he's the Pokemon seller. Starter set, 12 card lot, all in good condition, Froakie and more. So this is definitely teaching him to resell better. I have a video on my channel where I talked to him about reselling as a 14-year-old. He just recently turned 15. But if you guys want to know what a kid's opinion on reselling is and being able to make a little extra money, definitely check out that video. I will link it below in the description. He sold these for $11 plus $4 shipping. So they were 12 cards. They sold for less than $1, guys. Do not go insane when you find Pokemon cards at a yard sale. They may be worth less than $1 a piece. But if you already have Pokemon cards, if you're able to get a huge lot of them, you can definitely lot up little sets like that. Or maybe even pay a kid that knows more about being able to lot them up in what a collector would buy. He has done pretty well on little sets of Pokemon cards like that over on my eBay. The next item was a pair of Michael Kors boots, and Michael Kors is one of those brands that I feel like was worth a little bit more a few years ago, and there's just not a ton of value, especially whenever it's Michael by Michael Kors or Michael Kors. The clothing, like, it just doesn't carry much resale value. This was a pair of rain boots that actually a friend gave to me. I wore them for a while and they fit really good after pregnancy, but I've lost some weight, and you know as well as I do, that also means losing some weight in your feet sometimes. So these actually ended up a little big on me. I was able to find someone who wanted them for $35 plus $10 shipping, a pair of size 11 women's rain snow boots. These are really beautiful. And like I say, I had worn these, so you'll see there's a picture of the bottom of them. Let me get to the picture of the bottom. This was difficult to clean, guys. I promised you I did actually try to clean these, but it just wasn't going to happen. And like I say, they paid $45 all in for those boots. Let me give you just one more, and that is going to conclude the what sold for today's video. But shout out to my friend Alicia, and I know she's watching because she's a rock star and watches all of my videos, but she gave me this pair of Tory Birch shoes. And I think she bought these originally for her daughter, who outgrew them very quickly, and she found these at a Goodwill. You guys comment below and tell Alicia that she needs to start reselling, because that girl has a gift for knowing quality, for being able to find extremely good vintage and designer items at thrift stores. Like, she finds phenomenal stuff and now lives in an area where it's plentiful. So she needs to start reselling. Comment below and tell her, become a reseller. Anyway, she gave me these Tory Birch size 7.5 purple snakeskin Mary Jane shoes. These are really, really cute. Guys, I originally tried to sell these around $100. They have sat in my store for several months. I know that they're an older style. I just didn't want to give them away at a low value. You can see where it says Tory Birch there. I like to take pictures of all the details. I didn't want to give them away at a low value, so I priced them very high. I kept negotiating down. And I probably sent out an offer to watchers on eBay on this. And so they sold for $45 plus $8 shipping. I don't mind doing that with items. And I told you about that sale because I wanted to encourage you guys to do the same thing. If you're unsure, if you can't find exactly your item, you know, you may think, is it worth $50? Is it worth $100? Price it at $119 if you want to, and just sit and wait. But don't forget to go back into your store, adjust the price, make offers, a good offer of what you would consider for that. Those shoes were free to me, so a $45 sale is fantastic, and will definitely help pay the bills. And but I just wanted to encourage you guys to do that. If you're not sure, or if you want to ensure that you're not giving away a designer item too inexpensively, price high. Price high and negotiate, price high and come off the price if you need to. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I was able to maybe show you a bolo or two, something that you have considered picking up before and now you definitely will. And be sure to check out next week's What Sold videos. I have some really good things coming up in it as well. And I also wanted to ask you guys, just before I sign out here, how do you feel about weekly reseller vlog? So obviously I enjoy doing a thrift video, I enjoy doing a what sold video, and since I try to put out 3 videos a week, the third video has just been kind of me being creative with a tip or something maybe. But how would you feel about the third video being a weekly reseller vlog? I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I may start creating some vlogs just to see, you know, test the water, see how I feel about it, see how you guys feel about it. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see the vlog video, definitely subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll know whenever new videos come up. And I thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, like this video. Thanks, God bless, and remember, treat your business like your business.